Welp, it's that time again.
How you doing?
And time for another movie talk episode.
Talking movies.
Sarah's back because she got the pick last week instead of me.
I stole it.
The first ever guest movie pick.
That's true.
Oh, no.
Sarah made history.
That's right.
Thank you.
History is being done.
It's being written again.
That's right. That's what I meant. So yeah, today's movies are Dirty Dancing and The Crow.
Had the time of my life.
Hungry eyes.
They have a lot of good songs. You guys.
Actually, both soundtracks are pretty dope.
Yeah.
There's some bangers.
But we'll get into
on
that
both.
later. And first we gotta clap the cheeks and do a snapshot, you know?
Yeah.
Get in there.
Who knows what I look like?
Generic stupid face 78.
Yeah,
Done by me.
Mine too.
So yeah, woo.
Yeah.
Another podcast.
Dirty Crow dancing. Kevin, if you're not for those who can't see, got a big sign.
We got a new
Got a big sign.
fucking marquee board over here, which is pretty cool. I feel like it needs to be hung on the wall or something. But in due time. Did y'all watch any other movies in the past couple weeks or what? Can't think of any?
No. I did, started watching a few movies. I started to watch Friday before
good
going
movie.
to bed one night. Fell asleep, though.
Damn.
Didn't finish it the next day. No, not a lot of movies, more television streaming shows.
We're about to go see Clerks 3 right after this podcast.
Yep.
9 o'clock showtime.
Speaking of Clerks, Sarah, Kevin, are you familiar with the Clerks movies? Oh, she's not
She's
going.
not a
That's
fan.
right.
I've seen it.
Okay,
I'm familiar.
whatever. Did you like them? Obviously not. She's like, I'm not going to see Clerks 3.
We still haven't done a Kevin Smith movie on here, which is interesting.
That's true.
You know, we got these little flies flying around.
I like Clerks 2 more than Clerks 1. Just throwing that out there.
I think Clerks 1 is probably better.
I think Clerks 2 is better. It's got Rosario Dawson, dude. That adds 10, 15,
true.
20% to goodness easily.
Yeah. Clerks 3. I'm excited about this movie because
Hopefully it doesn't
I think
suck.
the premise is pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, he wrote a movie.
Randall's going to make a movie.
Yeah, Andy had a heart attack. Kevin Smith had a heart attack. So he made Randall have a heart attack. It's basically him. Like, you know what I mean?
His experiences he's putting into Randall's character.
Yeah, hopefully it's good.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
You guys can let me know.
Yeah.
Will do. Anyways, I watched a movie called Dope, which was pretty good. It was decent. Who was in it? I don't know, some black kids.
Jesus Christ.
Blake Anderson from Workaholics was in it for a little bit. That was fun. Oh, feels like it's been forever. I don't really remember it. Have you heard of The Squid and the Whale?
Nope.
It's got Jeff Bridges in it. It's pretty good. Jesse Eisenberg. And,
I don't think I like that guy.
yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg. He's got like that
Social Network.
Paul Dano vibe.
Yeah.
You just want to punch him in the face.
Yep. And then we did a movie night. You forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. That would be the movie I saw.
Oh, so I did see some movies.
Exactly.
What the fuck do you know? Hey, look at that.
We watched The Pest.
I didn't. I had to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Pest, childhood classic.
Sure.
Shared amongst everybody, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
and then 4th of July, right. The movie, the Louis C.K. movie. I brought...
I know. We
bought it on my computer and we watched it.
Got a movie night up again soon.
I'm down. Unless you're going to be on your phone the whole time.
Fuck you.
Called you out. Sorry.
I was having an important conversation.
Importante. All right. The last one I watched was Collateral. Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. It was all right.
Man, I haven't seen that. I've seen that one time.
Yeah.
And it was... back when it came out, it was cool because it was like, oh shit, I get to watch this rated R movie with my fucking dad.
Silver hair fucking Tom Cruise or whatever.
He does look weird in that movie.
Tom Cruise.
They're like, you know what this character really needs? Blonde high top. Like, just feathered back.
Yeah, it ain't great, but then again, that's not my genre, really. But it was alright. Watched it. Coyote. Oh, they had that song Shadow on the Sun, Audio Slave in that movie. That was cool. I love that song. Anyways, I guess we'll just jump into the movies now. Shit. And we're going to try and like condense these episodes.
Yeah.
So they're not
that's the goal.
Redonkulously long.
All right. What do we want to start with?
Which one did you watch first?
I watched The Crow first.
Us too, so I think we should start with that first.
We watched them both like
today.
I watched Dirty Dancing last night.
Sarah thought it was next week when we were going to do it.
Apparently,
it's already been 2 weeks.
I lose track of time. Okay,
it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's every other week we do these.
I'm busy.
So yeah, The Crow, 1994 action fantasy.
Give that a 6 out of 10.
That burp
No.
or the movie?
The burp.
No.
You don't think that was a decent burp? I don't know.
She's just not into
hating.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crow's a 1994 American superhero film directed by Alex Proyas. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Proyas.
It's a weird name. Never seen that name before.
Yeah, it stars Brandon Lee in his final film appearance as Eric Draven, a murdered musician who is resurrected to avenge his death and the death of his fiancée.
You want to read the thing?
Oh, yeah, sweet. What's the back of the VHS case say? Catch the explosive, action-packed hit that thrilled moviegoers and dazzled critics everywhere. Brandon Lee, rapid fire, plays Eric Draven, a young rock guitarist who, along with his fiancée, is brutally killed by a ruthless gang of criminals. Exactly 1 year after his death, Eric returns, watched over by a hypnotic crow, to seek revenge, battling the evil crime lord and his band of urban thugs who must answer for their crimes. Loaded with intense, non-stop action and a hot #1 hit soundtrack, The Crow delivers exhilarating, fast-paced entertainment. Also included the exclusive featurette of Brandon Lee's last interview, conducted shortly before his untimely death. Man, they had to throw that in there at the end. Like, hey, check out one of this guy's last moments on Earth, guys. Here, buy our VHS. Chicago Tribune says the best movie of its kind since the original Batman.
Spectacular.
Brandon Lee
Thrilling.
is sensational.
Action-packed.
It does say those all over the front.
It's got all kinds of cool. Where are we at? We got a 84% tomato meter with a 90 audience score. Pretty good. That's
pretty
certified fresh.
It had a budget of $23 million.
Jack.
And it did a box office number of $94 million. So, like, not too shabby.
Pretty good.
Do you think it did so well because he died?
I mean, that probably helped.
Yeah.
I mean, just being realistic, people
it's like when artists die and their art becomes...
Or like when Heath Ledger died, I think that probably helped out the Batman movie, The Dark Knight. I mean, the movie is good, but I mean, as far as like people going to see it, and he was pretty good in it. So it was a good last performance, sort of like Heath Ledger's, I guess.
Batman.
Comparing those two.
Sure. Heath Ledger, Brokeback Mountain.
That's his best movie.
That's my pick. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. We got some taglines here. It can't rain all the time. Dum 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 dum.
I always heard that line. Everywhere people would say that.
Yeah. Believe in angels. Okay.
That one's kind of a miss.
In a world without justice, one man was chosen to protect the innocent.
Hell yeah.
And then the last one, darker than the bat. Batman.
Oh, Batman.
I got some, like, it seemed like a Batman, not like Batman, but like kind of the same,
Yeah, sort of vibe.
They're both-
vibe of like creation.
It's a comic book, too, so I mean,
Yeah.
not too far off.
You seen this before, dear?
The Crow, yes, but only one other time because I used to refuse to watch it when I was younger. Like,
I feel like this movie is like target audience is like just like goth kids and fucking
Yeah, for sure.
and like metalheads. I guess they really
Got their
catered
audience.
to those people. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty.
I just, we'll just, on some of the origin, the guy who made the comic book, he started writing The Crow after his fiance got killed by a drunk driver.
Oh.
So, and then like, what did he say? It was like an interesting quote. After Brandon Lee died, he said, the writer, blah, 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 I lost my shit. Where he said it was like losing his fiance all over again, and he regretted ever writing the comic book in the first place.
Oh damn.
Aw.
I know, like this dude, yeah, he lost his fiance in a car accident, started writing The Crow to like cope with his shit about getting vengeance, and you know what I mean, and shit like that. And then it sat around for like 7 years before it got published, and then like less than 5 years later, they make the movie. And like Brandon Lee dies, and he was gonna get married in like a few weeks after making the movie. So it's like,
How about that one?
some fucking parallel tragedy shit
Right.
going on.
Right.
Yeah, so like the gist of the movie is what him and his wife, is it wife? Oh yeah, fiance.
Yep.
They get murdered and raped. Well, she does. She gets raped.
We don't know. I mean, the
They
camera
could have
cuts
raped
away.
him.
They could have.
But they're both dead. On what is it called? What day? The Devil's Day or some shit?
Yeah, I thought it was like
Devil's
Halloween
Night?
or some
Devil's
shit,
Night.
but it's not
It's
Halloween.
the
It's
day before Halloween,
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
it?
Devil's Night.
Yep, I
October
think so, that's right.
30th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're
so
setting fires and stuff.
a year later, he just comes back from the grave because of a crow. Dun, dun.
Classic.
And he gets vengeance. Bum, bum.
So I feel like it never
he's
says
sort of invincible.
where the movie's placed. I know because I looked it up, but I don't think it ever states it in the whole movie where it's.
So where is it?
Did it state it? Did it?
I don't think so.
I didn't
No?
catch
Like-
that. I was
It's-
wondering that during watching it too.
Detroit.
Mm.
But that's not where it was filmed. It was.
It looks like it's a lot of model work, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a low budget. Well, because after he died, Paramount, I think it said it was Paramount, they were gonna like distribute the movie,
Yeah,
but they were
yeah.
like, "Hey, we don't want any part of this now."
after Homeboy died.
So
yeah.
Miramax jumped in. They're like, "We'll take it, and here's $8 million to finish it."
Yeah. Yeah, I read that.
But I feel like, yeah, probably a lot of models
Yeah, a
and
lot of
paintings and like
little-
practical,
Yeah.
small scale
like
stuff.
practical special
Whenever-
effects, because it was gonna be a straight to home video movie like originally.
It was filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina, and Los Angeles, California, but it was supposed to be in Detroit.
Rock City.
Detroit gets a bad rap.
Dude, I've been
Have
there.
you been there? It's
No.
Pretty
terrible.
Oh, shit. No, I haven't been there.
We went there to see Metallica.
You go there and you're like locked door.
Like
it's
RoboCop, I'm pretty sure like RoboCop takes place in like Detroit. It's always like
You know how long it's been since I've seen
things aren't
RoboCop?
going good
well,
for Detroit in movies and apparently
Remember
in real
that
life.
time
That's
RoboCop shot that dude in the dick?
no.
I saw someone wearing a shirt that said that.
Oh.
Maybe on TikTok or something. But so yeah, there's a lot of like special effects that like they don't really hold up to today's standards. The special effects, they kind of look cheesy and shit.
Yeah, it was a low budget movie made in 1994, Kevin.
I
Like,
know.
what do you expect?
When I was
what are
reading-
you expecting?
When I was reading about it briefly today, it said that they made a like realistic mask of his face prior to him dying for like stunt doubles and stuff, and then they were gonna use that to finish filming after he died, but everyone was so like appalled by it, they decided not to, and then they used what was CGI back then.
That's crazy.
So like the first new CGI back then.
They imposed his face onto the stunt double's
Yeah.
face. Well, they were pretty
Interesting.
much done making the movie. I think they only had a few days left.
Yeah.
And then they were going to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then some
I always-
shit went wrong with the gun props.
Yeah,
People
it was
were-
like a blank or something.
Yeah, it was-
something.
I always felt like it
Something in
was
the barrel.
weird that it's the beginning scene where he gets shot is the one he gets killed, but they filmed that almost
Yeah.
last.
They hardly ever film movies in chronological order.
Right.
Movies are always like shot differently, and they cut it all together. I think some filmmakers, I think there has been movies obviously where they make them in chronological order, but it doesn't happen very often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole movie is he gets brought back from the dead. He's invincible, and he's just goes out to kill the fucking people that killed his fiance.
Yeah.
Classic revenge story.
I feel like invincible is a misleading word.
Well, he was.
Well, he's not
What?
invincible. Like,
He can't die.
no, but those are different. He like healed up. He wasn't like invisible.
No, he's invincible.
Invincible.
Invincible, like
Is
he's
different from invisible.
he's invincible,
Yeah.
like he can't be
Yeah.
killed.
Right. Europe.
The Crow can
So he's
see.
getting shot and
It's got
shit.
Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters, and
The black dude.
the cop.
Mm.
Yeah,
The cop.
I always like it when he shows up in movies.
I couldn't figure out when I was watching it. I would go, where is this guy
Yeah, he's
from?
in Ghostbusters. Tried to like meet him at Days of the Dead a few years back. Not a good experience, but I blocked that out. Like, I blocked that out.
So you did get to meet him?
Yeah. I wanted to talk to him and like get a picture. And he was like, didn't even want to talk. And then he was like, "Yo, dude, I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" I forget what it was, but I was like, "I'm not paying that for a picture with anybody."
Yeah.
Like, fucking. But it's okay.
Don't meet your heroes.
It's all right. Maybe he was just having a bad day.
'Cause I had a bad day. Yeah, what else? He just a lot of gunfire, a lot of violence, you know, a lot of explosions, blowing up buildings and shit.
It's an action movie.
I think I might have seen this like once a long ass time ago. So it was good to rewatch it, and you know.
You think I like borrowed this movie from my cousin, like in middle school, early high school. Just always liked it.
Yeah.
Like I was like even nerded. Like I
It's a
even
little
like
cheesy
I
though.
had, like learned that like at one point I knew that fucking guitar solo thing he was playing on the roof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nerd.
That's dedication.
Yeah, I would play that and they'd be like, "Hey," and then nobody knew what the fuck it was.
No.
Like when I was like, "This is cool," and nobody's like, "All right, never mind."
I know he just takes the guitar and then he's
Yeah,
just
but
carrying a guitar for a while.
It does the movie thing like almost all movies do, where it shows anybody playing an instrument, like their hands and shit
Oh,
just
yeah.
don't match up with
Right,
like what's
right.
going on the guitar.
But most people don't notice.
I
it.
know, but it like I watch that and I'm like, should have maybe took like an
It's just like-
extra, just took like an extra 20-30 minutes and like figured this thing out.
I never noticed. I can't
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah. That's why, like, in movies, you see the actors, if they're playing pianos, they always do, like, they show some hands on the piano, then they do a cut, and you just see the actor from, like, the chest up.
Yeah,
like, you know,
or you're looking at him from behind the piano, so you can't see their hands.
see his hands.
They're
Yeah.
just,
Yep.
They did that on that movie, 4th of July. Joe List. Anyways,
The music, I got some notes on the soundtrack. It was
I know you got Stone Temple Pilots in there.
pretty good.
Right?
Pretty
Time
good.
to take around here.
Like the main song was by The Cure. They were using that like to push the movie.
The Cure sucks.
That song's good. Burn.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco.
Got Stone
burn.
Temple Pilots, Rage Against the Machine, Pantera,
Is there 9 Inch Nails in there?
9 Inch Nails,
Yeah, I knew I heard Trent Reznor.
and some other ones I'm not sure. It made a lot of money. This was one of the first comic book movies that had done well in a long time.
Is that right?
Yeah, because you had like Superman. Well, I guess Batman happened 5 years before that.
The Tim Burtons?
Yeah, but this was like back before they were cranking out superhero movies every fucking 6 months.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
A little ridiculous.
like, give us a break, man. Like, even me, I'm like, the last few movies I've seen, I've been like just maybe think on it a little bit, you know? Like, come back.
Right. They're just pumping them out.
Yeah.
They don't even care. They don't even care anymore about the story, about telling a good story.
Basically, the whole gist of this story, like we said, is just revenge.
The whole jizz of it.
That's all of it.
Yeah.
Just kill the people who killed his fiance. Very simple, easy to follow movie. Like, you can't like you can't get confused about what's happening on this one.
Right.
Like, what's going on? Oh, this guy, he's back from the dead. He's killing all these people who killed his wife. Oh, okay, cool. That's all you need to know.
Is there any good reviews on it? Or bad reviews? Did you look those up?
No, Nate's calling me. Do you want me to answer while we're on the podcast?
Put them on blast. Put them on speaker. Hey.
Hey, you're on the podcast.
Oh, what up, podcast?
What up, Nate? What's going on?
Not much. What are you guys talking about?
The Crow.
The Crow.
What are your thoughts?
The Crow?
Yeah, The Crow.
The movie?
The movie.
Brandon Lee? Fucking love that movie, dude. I'm kind of interested in this new remake that I keep hearing rumors about, but it's like you just keep hearing rumors about it, and usually when that happens, movies tend to suck.
They've been talking about remaking this movie and doing it again for like the last 15 years, and thank God it hasn't happened yet. I hope it never happens.
There's a couple
Leave
other
it alone.
sequels, isn't there?
I know, and they all sucked. They all sucked. Had Edward Furlong in one, the kid from Terminator 2.
Gross. I'm eating here. I'm kidding.
What do you think about
Vineyard.
What do you think about Dirty Dancing, Nate? Real quick, that's the other movie we're talking about after The Crow.
Fucking Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, dude.
Are you?
I mean, probably watched it when I was like 13, 14 the last time, but yeah, I'm not. I don't really get down on the Dirty Dancing.
Gotta jump on that Swayze train, bro.
Yeah, going off the rails.
Swayze's great, dude. Swayze's great, but that's just that movie. That's the one where they're at like some log cabins, right? And he meets a old girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I hadn't seen it in a long ass time, but I kind of remember. Yeah, they hit it off and fuck a lot. And Patrick Swayze's got a great ass for a man.
He's got a great body.
Yeah, he does. Swayze,
Patrick Swayze.
although they had to keep trying to prop him up and make him taller in all his movies, good looking man.
Is that right?
Swayze. Yeah, he's short as fuck, bro.
I didn't know that.
He was short as fucking. Yeah, he was super short.
He's like Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise short.
TV or movies, you know.
All right.
So, I was
Cool.
Yep.
Clerks 3.
Thanks, fellas.
All right,
right.
man. See you in a bit.
Later.
Cool. We got some extra input.
Cameo.
FYI, Patrick Swayze is 5'10". He's not that short.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
He's not that tall either.
Yeah.
That's like my height or something. Maybe even.
That's
10
why,
taller.
like, in certain movies, they couldn't cast tall women because they would be taller than Patrick Swayze and Tom Cruise, so they couldn't get the parts. Like, the chick in Top Gun was always slouching because she's taller than Tom Cruise.
In what movie?
Top Gun.
Oh, Top Gun.
The new one that I haven't
No,
seen?
the first one.
Oh.
So
Okay.
what else about this movie?
Um,
Apparently they used a raven, not a crow, which I kind of suspected as while watching it.
yeah, because of the size.
Yeah.
It was too large to be a...
You guys are bird experts now?
No!
Yeah.
Crows are small. Like, smallish.
I'm a bird watcher.
I don't know.
I have
never
a raven
studied
on
the
my
crows
shirt.
Or the birds.
But, that
Quote
was
the raven,
coincidental.
nevermore. Oh, he did
Actually,
quote
He did
Edgar
quote...
Allan Poe.
some
Yeah,
rapping.
Edgar Allan.
Yeah, the rapping at my chamber door is taken from a part of
raven.
The Raven from Edgar Allan Poe. I wrote that down.
Not the crow.
Yes.
Edgar Allan Crow.
Edgar Crow. Yeah. So yeah.
And then the only other thing I noted, really, because my notes for it is very small, is that after Brandon Lee died, the guy that played Fun Boy, Michael Massey, stopped acting for a year because he was traumatized in the incident. The next film that he played a small role in was Slevin in 1995.
Lucky
And-
number Slevin.
No.
No. And he only played, it wasn't even like a character name. It was as the man in a booth at the massage parlor. And then,
That was his character's title in the credits.
yeah, like it didn't even have a name.
I love looking for those in credits. It's like man who stands behind car,
Fat guy number 2.
right? I'm like, man,
And then it said,
I could do that.
even up
Banana
to...
Man
up
was
to-
Damon Wayans in that one movie, Beverly Hills Cop. He was Banana Man,
That's funny.
I believe.
But then it said he never even watched the film ever in his life.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy that shot him.
I'm sure it's a touchy subject.
Yeah. And actually, that scene
Hills
wasn't...
Cop?
He wasn't even
Yeah.
supposed to shoot him. In that scene, it was a last-minute change by the director.
Fucking
Yeah.
directors.
Yeah, who needs? I mean, they don't need to use fake guns in movies. Well, maybe I'm just saying.
I did
Or they
also-
don't need to use real. They could just like add in the flashes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like afterwards.
I also read that actually, from that incident, that changed a lot of gun laws in filmmaking after that.
It's usually what happens. There's usually something bad happens, and then a bunch of changes are made.
Yep, that would be that one.
So Brandon Lee paints his face up.
Yeah.
If you grew up in the '90s and you're a wrestling fan, you know him as Sting.
Oh yeah.
If
He
you
does
grew
look
up in the
like Sting.
'90s watching WCW and shit,
I remember playing the game on
Yeah,
Nintendo
Sting.
64.
it was the exact same thing. I don't know how
WCW.
I don't know how they didn't get sued for like copyright infringement. I mean, he looked exactly the same and like hung out with a crow like in the rafters and shit. Like, yeah, so it was like like pop some. It was, I guess it's like a cult. It'd be classified as like a cult following,
I could see that.
Yeah.
like a cult classic, I think is the term.
Yep. Any
But-
certain scenes stand out to you? I guess the scene where he comes in, and everybody's at that long table and shit, and he ends up just blasting everybody.
I like
Everybody blasts him, and then he just falls onto the floor, and then he's gone.
and then
Yeah, and then he
it's got some cheese factor to it. I noticed
there's
it
a
had
lot of cheese on it.
I noticed it had the old timey like punching sound effects. Did you notice it? It was like psh, psh, like they're like cracking a whip. And I was like, but it's like all the movies were like that back in the day. It's like I miss that sound. Like I want to find like a John Wick. Like I'm sure on YouTube there's probably like a John Wick cut where they add the old timey punching sound effects in for like John Wick and stuff. Like I'd watch that for like easily 5 or 6 minutes before I got bored with it and moved on. But I don't know. There's this violin melody that plays throughout the movie. Like every time there's like an emotional moment. I'm like, oh man, that like does something, to me. Like orchestral music does that to me. Like if it's like in movies, if the music's hitting those right beats and like set with the scene, I feel like it's the music most of the time that gets like an emotional response from people. Like the acting could be great, but when they play those fucking notes underneath, bro,
they do that on purpose.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They're doing their job, because I was like, oh, like every time he like seen the little girl, or he was like thinking of his fiance, like and I was like, oh, I missed that.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of the cheese, like even some of the dialogue was fucking cheesy. Like what did the cop say? He's like, what the crap, or something like that. He said, what the crap, and then the other cop spills his coffee on himself.
Take your monocle out of your fucking eyebrow, bro. Monopoly guy over there.
What the crap?
It's an action movie, Kevin.
It is somewhat cheesy, but
You're over there with your monocle and your long cigarette, looking down at 90s action movies.
And a twisty mustache. Yeah. You must be the Monopoly guy. Thanks for the free parking. La, da, da. Do not, Vasco. Do not collect $200.
At the end of the movie, the bad guy's been slayed. Mm-hmm. He goes back. He dies again.
Yeah.
And then...
I know, what are they like?
The end.
They're trying to murder the crow because that's where he gets his invincibility powers.
It's like intertwined to his superpowers.
Yeah, and then the crow pecks out the fucking lady's eyes.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was gross.
That was fun.
That was fun.
And then the old boy gets impaled on like the gargoyle or whatever, and it starts like spewing out blood.
Out of the gargoyle's mouth.
It's like out of like a fountain, like underneath his body. Yeah. And it was fun. Like, I noticed that. I was like, it's like a really light, like a light pinkish type of blood looking too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's just a guy on the other side of the statue. You're like, okay, and go, and he just dumped over like a bowl of, or like like a big fucking thing of it.
Well, shit.
All right,
how do you feel about this movie? If you're gonna rate it 1 to 10, I'm at about like a 5, maybe middle of the road.
Yeah, I'm like a 5 or a 6.
I'm like a fucking 8. I love this movie.
This movie is not an 8.
It's an 8 to me. It's my opinion.
How many times do you think you've seen it?
Oh, probably dozens of times.
Yeah,
I hadn't watched it in a really long time. It was nice to go back.
That, it wasn't one of those ones that I grew up watching and loving. I might have seen it once or twice, But, and then looking back at it, I don't think it holds up.
Yeah, the effects don't hold up and all that stuff, but like neither
does
like Star Wars and shit. And I love that. So.
Yeah, for the time, you gotta kind of give it some leeway, but yeah, middle of the road.
That's okay.
It's alright. It's alright.
It's alright.
So yeah, good shit. What do you think about The Crow? Let us know in the comments. Hey.
Like a chump, hey.
Moving on to the next movie. Blam, blam. We're talking Dirty Dancing. Patrick Swayze.
Oh, there's no...
Jennifer Grey.
There's like a little thing you can read, I think.
I have the VHS copy in the other room, too.
Oh, damn.
Heartthrob Patrick Swayze,
Yeah.
Jennifer Grey, and dancing sensation Cynthia Rhodes star in this electrifying and sensual film. A vivid love story, Dirty Dancing is set to pounding rhythms and vibrant dance, guaranteed to be the time of your life.
I feel like that's an accurate.
That's a pretty accurate description.
Yeah, not bad.
They even threw in the song,
Yeah.
the chart-topping song, that they sold like, I forget how many millions of, it's like triple platinum, quadruple platinum, like the soundtrack is.
I know. It's
only
fun
like,
hearing all them old
it's
songs.
only like 5 or 6 songs long, too. It's not like a long soundtrack.
Still got Hungry Eyes stuck in my mind. do the twist.
Jennifer Grey, Ferris Bueller's sister. We watched Ferris Bueller on
She's
a previous
cute.
episode.
I know. Shortly after that, she got a nose job done, and then didn't get parts in movies anymore. Like,
Dope.
Damn.
she hated her nose, but that was like her signature look. So
I liked her nose.
Damn. That would suck. You're like, turns out you ruined your fucking,
yeah,
what got you casted in movies. Like, that would fucking suck.
like maybe she was in a couple. I didn't really look, but I know that was a thing that happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dirty Dancing is a 1987 American romantic drama dance film. It's got 3 genres all in one. Written by Eleanor Bergstein, produced by Linda Gottlieb. I don't know. I watched this whole. I think I mentioned it last time on Netflix. They have that series, The Movies That Made Us.
Mm-hmm.
I had watched the episode on this before you picked that movie last time. So
Any good nuggets from that?
basic, like, it had a long time. Took a while to get made. Like, it was like. Basically, it was like girl power. Like some women got together and wanted to make this movie, and Hollywood, was like, well, let's just hold up a little. Just hold up on that a little bit. And they were doing some name shit. Some people didn't like the Dirty Dancing name, but they were like, it's got to be called Dirty Dancing. And then finally, they gave it to fucking Linda, and she was like, that's the perfect name. They made the movie. They didn't have the money to, like, shoot at that location it takes place at, so they just, like, shot some exterior shit and then filmed it in another place, and then through editing made it look like that was the place.
You can't tell.
Couldn't tell.
Director, what is it? Emily? Or is it
Emile?
Emile.
Yeah, he was, like, a music video guy.
Ordolino.
He was a like a music video director, and they brought him in.
Ardolino. I don't know.
You got Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey.
Swayze. Oh, Swayze, the heartthrob. Everybody loved Swayze back in the day. Mm-hmm. My mom was a Swayze fan.
I mean, who didn't like Swayze? You
had
had Ghost.
Ghost, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost.
Mm-hmm. Whoopi Goldberg.
He was in
Demi
like
Moore.
one of my favorite movies growing up, and like one of my favorite books, The Outsiders. He was in that movie. Did you ever see that?
No. I was thinking about watching it though. It's got like Matt Dillon and a bunch of them guys.
When they were first, like, it has Tom Cruise in it, but it was before he got his teeth fixed. His teeth were all fucked up.
Wow.
And it's got the Karate Kid in it. Ralph Macchio's in it. Mm-hmm. It was like a dream team of young heartthrobs.
Ensemble cast.
Yeah.
We got a 71 tomato meter, 90 audience score. Same audience score for both of these movies.
Interesting.
Well, this movie was enjoyed. It had a budget of $4.5 million, Jack. How much money do you think it made?
I didn't even look. I have no clue.
Oh, it made $214
Damn,
million.
Bro.
Yeah, it was the movie that just kept on going.
All them ladies' panties getting all soaked.
Yeah, under $5 million, made over $200 million. That's what you call a fucking hit. It was the 80s formula. You get some hot ass fucking actors together. You have like a good solid script in a movie, and you have a fucking couple songs for a soundtrack.
Great music, yeah.
Yeah.
Good old songs.
It was a tried and true formula.
You got Jerry Orbach from Dun Dun Law and Order.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's the dad in this.
Is that him?
Yeah.
See, I immediately noticed the guy who plays Max in this movie, sort of like the old bald guy who runs the show.
Yeah.
He's fucking Oscar from Short Circuit 2 to me.
I don't know.
You guys still have never seen Short
I've seen Short Circuit.
I've told you this numerous times.
I'm going to pick it eventually.
I think we have it in one of the boxes out there. He doesn't even have to rent it.
He's in Short Circuit 2. I seen that one. That was the one my grandparents had, so I didn't even see the first one for fucking years and years and years.
Right.
But he's in that, and I was like, that's fucking Oscar.
Also in here, you got Wayne Knight, Newman.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in Space Jam.
And he had he had a good line.
Jurassic
Something
Park.
funny in there.
He was in Jurassic Park. He gets killed. He's the computer guy that
He'll never not be Newman though from Seinfeld.
Well, what if you don't watch Seinfeld?
Then you should.
Jurassic Park. I've tried to watch Seinfeld a few times. I make it a few episodes and then I just don't come back to
He
it
had
for
a-
3 years.
He had a joke in this movie. What did he say? He's like, I met a woman exactly like my mother, dressed like her and everything. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I brought her home, and my dad didn't like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a funny joke.
I guess they made a sequel, but it doesn't have Patrick Swayze or...
Is it called Havana Nights?
Yeah.
I wonder why I thought that.
Yeah.
Because
But it's
Right.
not them.
Right.
They're not in it.
It's not the same.
on
No.
the way to Havana, I used to make a living, man, picking a banana. Anyways, I got some taglines here.
Okay.
First dance, first love, the time of your life. I've had the time of my life, and now we're on to you.
Doom, doom, doom.
The other one is dancing to the beat of their hearts. Boom, 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 boom.
I mean,
This is
those are
silly.
accurate, but
Those are so silly.
all of the movie...
Yeah, the taglines are always...
Taglines are silly as fuck.
Most of the, sometimes they hit, but
Sometimes.
yeah.
But yeah, they always. I'm just always curious the think tank process of like coming up with the taglines.
Yeah. Swayze train. What else is going on? Any
He got
good
hurt
scenes that stood out?
on that scene where they're dancing on the log over
okay.
the creek, over like the river. Well, I guess they're like, okay, Patrick, just give us a little bit. We'll put some pads down. We'll make it safe and shit. And he was like, nah, fuck that. I'm Patrick Swayze, bitch. And he was like, anyway, they were like, no, seriously, if you fall, you're going to set us back weeks if you get hurt. And anyway, he did it anyway, and he fell and got hurt. And they had to like put off filming the movie for a few
Cocky
weeks.
bastard.
He was a little bit cocky, but I mean, you're Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Right.
You're Patrick Swayze in the
Yeah,
mid
you're
to
on
late
top
80s.
of the
You're
world,
on top
bro.
of the world.
Hell yeah.
You're on top of the world. Well, Jennifer Grey, they like immediately, they like pretty much auditioned like every actress that age that was around, and they gave her the part like pretty much like on the spot.
Because she could dance?
No, she couldn't really dance,
Oh.
but her dad like dropped her off at like the thing, and she was like, "Bye, Daddy," and they're like, "Okay, that's."
How old
That's
is she
baby.
supposed to be in this movie?
18.
Oh,
I looked it up.
But
I was about to say.
classic Hollywood, she's like late 20s. Or
How about
whatever.
him?
He's supposed to be 20. I did look it up. I looked up Dirty Dancing cast age range.
While you're looking that up, like they worked together on Red Dawn. Have you ever seen that movie? It's got.
No.
You've never seen Red Dawn? They remade it a few years ago. It's not that good. But anyway, they didn't get along, so there was like some conflict at first when they were casting them. They had to go hash it out.
Yeah, I read that
But
briefly.
they even got a little frustrated with each other. They didn't particularly like working together on the movie.
So he was supposed to be 24 in this movie, and she was supposed to be 18. In real life, she was 26, and he was 34.
Yeah, they always do that.
Damn, Swayze was 34 in 87. I didn't think he was that old.
He's an old bastard.
We had a good run.
Didn't he die like sort of young? I don't know.
No.
How old was
Well, if he was 34 in 87, so that would have put him 54, 55. I think he
Alright,
died
I
in
can look it up.
2009.
he? Yeah, give it a Google.
So I think he was like
Oh, well.
mid to late 50s.
He died in 2009 at 57.
Oh,
There
I mean
we go.
that's still kind of young.
20 months after being diagnosed with cancer.
What kind of cancer? Pancreatic.
Yes.
Called it. Oh, how did I know?
Patrick.
It's true.
My pancreas.
I'm like, how'd you know that?
I don't know. I was thinking of what's the other thing that a lot of men get? Prostate. That's what I first thought in my head. Well, that's the one I was going for, but pancreatic came out.
You were on the money. So
I swear. See? That's what it says.
basically, this movie is the title.
Mm-hmm. There's so much dancing.
You look at the title, you look at the DVD box, it's got Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey, and it says Dirty Dancing. It's pretty much all you need to know.
Yeah.
Like
No.
I got this
Well,
movie,
yeah.
man. It's fine.
I mean, that
I don't need to watch it.
like
I've seen
you're
the
like,
cover.
You're like, there's gonna be dancing, and it's a romance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
dirty.
I mean, that That's the movie.
Dirty crow dancing.
Okay, so then I got some fun
facts.
Fun fact, along
Bring
with
'em in.
a brief section of the story. So the Mountain Lodge, it's Kellerman's Mountain Lodge, is in Virginia. That's where actually most of it was actually filmed. It was supposed to be in New York, was where it was supposed to be, like the set. Or, like the...
Where the
No,
movie takes place.
Right.
They mentioned Niagara Falls or something.
Yeah, so that was supposed to be where it
Remind
was
me not
at.
to take my honeymoon in Niagara Falls.
But,
Oh, yeah, because it's raining.
Because it was raining so much, yeah.
Can't
But
rain
so
all the time.
it was filmed in this place,
tied
and that's actually a
together.
real mountain lodge. And several times a year, they have Dirty Dancing themed like weekends or events or whatever. And
You want me to take you, dear?
yes, now so
I can't dance for shit, bro. I ain't even
but
gonna
like
try.
it's set up like the kind of like what they did during the movie and then some of the fun movie stuff, right? Well, I actually found out about that prior to recently because Bobby and Tracy has gone there.
Oh.
Okay, they went there, they have pictures, and they do a costume contest, and Tracy had this idea to be Penny, the lady that gets pregnant and gets an abortion. She wanted to do it with like a gory like umbilical cord thing coming out of like cuts and Bobby was like, you cannot do this. So because she is blonde and like kind of looks like Penny, but he was like no.
Speaking of Bobby, that's his movie. If you're watching Watch House, the poster on my wall, which me and Sarah were in briefly.
Did they have like all the different spots like you could visit from?
Yeah, and the guests
You
really
could recreate some scenes and
Right,
shit.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
But like the cast really did stay there while they were filming, so you could stay in the rooms they stayed in, whatever. Blah, blah,
Fuck in the
you know.
rooms
Stay
they
in
fucked in.
Swayze's
Right.
room.
Yeah.
Just be like, imagine like all the coke and shit that got snorted up in here. Like,
And
fuck.
and then also, you know how when the dad in the movie asked why do you need this money?
Jerry
Is it for
Orbach.
something illegal? And she says no. Well, technically, the time of this movie was set in 1963, and abortions were illegal back then. That's why she had to get this botched abortion.
And what
because-
happened with
Makes
the
sense.
chick? She was like, something went wrong with her after the abortion?
No, it was like dirty, non-sterile, pretty much
Yeah.
like a coat hanger scenario.
The guy
Oh.
like who
And-
did
I
it like
didn't
fucked
catch
her up
that.
real bad.
Yeah,
And
fucked
then
it. Right.
her-
Infection.
And then
Yeah.
old Jerry Orbach comes to
Well,
save
like-
the day.
Well, it's like
Dun, dun.
the chick who wrote the movie, her dad was a doctor. She went to that resort place,
Mm-hmm.
and people called her baby. And she dirty danced.
Mm.
So it's like a lot of her is in there, like
Right. But no, I had heard the reference to like, whenever the Roe versus Wade thing happened, they were like, you remember this scene from Dirty Dancing? That's what this is about to happen because it was illegal back then. So,
Yeah, that was a whole subplot I wasn't expecting.
It's going to be
Going
illegal
into the
again.
movie, wasn't expecting that. I was like, okay, well, okay.
yeah.
Abortion. You need some drama in there,
Yeah, I can't just be dancing.
Well, and that it also like wasn't a problem for the dude because he was about to go to med school. He didn't give a shit what happened to her.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
He's
guy's
about to
a
give him the
fucking-
check and shit. And then, he like tells on himself, kind of.
Yeah. And then
Snatches the check back.
two people that auditioned for the role before Jennifer Grey got it was Sarah Jessica Parker and Winona Ryder. That'd be weird if either of them got
Yeah,
it.
everybody was
It wouldn't
after
be
that.
that weird, I don't feel.
Winona,
I like,
Winona?
I like
Yeah.
Winona.
But in Dirty
like Winona.
Dancing, like
Sure, why not?
she's an actress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
What was that movie she was in with fucking Daniel Day-Lewis?
You talking about Winona Ryder?
Something about witches, yeah. I forget the name
Oh,
of it.
it's
a good movie.
I know what you're
Need to
talking about.
rewatch
The
that.
Crucible.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but it was like a series, wasn't it? Or was it a movie?
It was a movie. I watched
don't-
it like
I remember we had to read
a
that
year or
in
two
school.
ago.
Like
I've never
at some
seen
point.
it.
Yeah, it was about like Salem, right? Was that
Yeah,
Salem? Yeah, the
something
witches.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, set in that time period with witches and
Right. That's where
Winona
I want
Ryder
you to take
was
me. I want you to
witch,
take me
or
to
I think,
Salem.
sort of.
Massachusetts would be super like
Massachusetts.
right now.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah. Right now would
Yeah.
be perfect.
Spooky dooky time.
Sarah comes back alone. Like, what happened to Kevin?
The witches.
Like,
No, she's gonna die. We're gonna burn her at the stake.
Oh.
oh yeah, or tie like a cinder block around your ankles
a
and throw
witch.
you into the lake. It was like a whole thing. Like it was like reversed. Like if she floats, then we know she's a witch. But if she sinks, well then
If she dies, yeah.
she wasn't. Like that's such a shitty scenario.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, daughter? If you weren't a witch, you'll sink. You're gonna come get me though, right? No. Like,
It'll be too late by then.
yeah, like nobody thought to like, jump down. Didn't have like a guy standing by with like a blade ready to just swim down there and cut them loose and bring it back up. Because if they're not a witch, they didn't need to die.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't
And they
know.
all
We're
just
kind of
died.
That was a weird judging
and
process.
they all just die because witches
Yeah.
aren't real.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's funny. All those deaths are funny. No, I'm
How'd we
kidding.
do on time?
We're at about 50. Anything else you want to say about this movie?
The dancing's good.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
true.
I guess
They
it
are
had to have been.
really talented.
Turns out Patrick Swayze, lifelong dancer.
Is that right?
Yeah, his mom had a dance studio.
I can see that.
Turns out
Comes across.
Jennifer Grey not good at dancing, so it was kind of like a life imitating art thing.
But the other chick was
she was dancing
she was
her ass off.
like a
yeah.
professional.
I
huh?
think that's the actress when you're reading the thing. Maybe that was her who like got mentioned along with it. Maybe that was the dancer chick.
Yeah. Dancing sensation.
Dance-
Cynthia Rhodes.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably
Penny.
her. Yeah.
It is.
Penny
Yeah.
Dreadful.
No. So on a scale of 0 to 10, what would you rate the movie at?
Real quick, you were talking about people who were almost baby.
Casted. Yeah.
Billy Zane.
Oh,
Was
from
almo-
Titanic.
Yeah, Billy. They were considering Billy Zane. What was there was a couple other people. But he was one of them. Like,
As the lead role?
yeah, it's Swayze's role, Billy Zane.
I don't know who that is.
Look him up.
He's
You've
the
seen his
asshole
face.
in
He's always-
Titanic. He's the asshole guy.
Yeah, he's always like a dick and
Like
everything.
the fiance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He grabs a random child and is
Yeah.
like, I have a child. Let me on this
yeah,
boat.
He's a piece of shit. That whole 4 hours.
Oh yeah, but he's attractive.
But he was
Let me
almost
see.
he was almost Swayze.
Back then, not
he
as
was
an old
almost
person.
I guess.
Johnny Castle. That was
He's
his
not bad
character's
looking.
name.
All right,
Hey Johnny.
maybe he can dance.
I mean, maybe. Who else? I gotta figure
Who
this
else
out.
was
Who
it?
was it? I gotta go look now. Now I gotta find out.
Give it a goog.
At the time of my life.
And,
Did you ever see the? You probably didn't watch it, but like Family Guy when they did the Star Wars movies, they had a whole break number with that
I think
song.
I-
in there
yeah, I think
where
I've seen
where
some
they're
of
all
those.
dancing and shit. Okay, Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro?
Benicio. How do you say it? Benicio? Benicio.
I think it's, how's it spelled?
Benecio.
Yeah.
I'm a white guy, okay?
I
From
think it's
Indianapolis.
Benicio.
And then you had him, Val Kilmer, and Billy Zane were all close to getting cast as Johnny Castle.
Wait, say that again?
Val Kilmer
Okay.
and Billy Zane
Mm-hmm.
and Benicio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying.
Benicio.
I'm trying my best.
He's like a ruggedly handsome guy, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not
It's
anymore.
always, sometimes it's fun to think about who could have got cast. It
Yeah.
wouldn't even be the same. I would wager to say that if it was Billy Zane movie, probably not as good.
Mm-hmm. Billy Zane.
Billy Zane. He
Billy
wasn't carrying
Insane.
that. Billy Zane wasn't no Swayze train.
And then Swayze.
Old Swayze.
So, yeah.
R.I.P.
Have you seen the one where he's a cross-dresser?
Tu Wong Fu.
Oh, yeah.
We have that one too if you want to borrow it.
I feel like I've seen parts
And
of it. I know it's got John Leguizamo in
Leguizamo,
it.
Wesley Snipes.
I was just talking about this movie like recently because I got it confused with that Dustin Hoffman movie where he's in drag, and now it's called Tootsie.
Oh.
Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, I was corrected that was actually Wesley Snipes was in Tu Wong Fu
There's
with
a
John
Dustin
Leguizamo.
Hoffman movie I've been
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about picking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Meet the Parents?
No,
Or I guess that would be Meet the Fockers.
but it also has Adam Sandler And Ben Stiller.
Let me.
It's pretty good.
Dustin Hoffman.
I don't think you probably don't know the name
Adam
of the movie.
Sandler, Ben Stiller.
You probably don't. I mentioned it to you on one
like
of these episodes.
If this was like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question, what 2006 movie had Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, Dustin Hoffman? Can I phone a friend?
Right, yeah, that's hard.
It's for $1 million.
Is that your final answer? So yeah, where do you guys sit on this movie? I'm sort of in the same range. I'll give it like a 5.5.
I give it like a
5.5.
6.5.
Hey,
at
that's
least.
better than that.
I think I'd give it a 7 because I love a good romantic movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like, it was cool. It's fun for
Yeah, I probably would have
first
never.
watch.
I probably would have never got around to watching it unless
Yeah.
it was like
Right.
you know what I mean, like.
That's
definitely,
why I did.
My own.
definitely a chick flick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's why I wanted to throw one in there that you guys want to
Yeah,
like
throw us a
typically-
curveball.
Right.
But you
That's
should
fun. I don't mind.
stick around, Sarah.
It was hard when I forgot what day it was. Like, and it was like, he was
I
like,
know.
it's today. And I'm like, what?
It's a movie day today for me. You know, 3 movies in one day.
The most popular line of the movie is, "Nobody puts baby in a corner."
Right.
Right.
I've heard that a
I
lot.
didn't even think that was a great line.
Yeah, neither did Patrick Swayze.
I know.
Yeah.
He didn't like it either. Like,
Right.
He's like, and she's not even really in a corner.
Right.
Yeah.
But
sort of.
they're like, no. But I mean,
But yeah, they have the big.
who's
you know,
laughing now?
The big
30
ending
years later.
dance number and shit, and then the father kind of accepts him.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it all comes together.
Oh yeah, because he's the kid from the wrong side of the fucking tracks. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like it had like the
And he
people at
thinks
the
that-
hotel, then you had the workers. There was no mixing and mingling
Right.
supposed to happen. So
Yeah.
he was disappointed.
Jerry Orbach thought he was the one who knocked up Penny.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
They were pushing her towards that fucking dick face,
Robbie.
snobby
Oh,
motherfucker.
yeah.
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 He was.
Oh, the son. The,
Yeah.
The other guy.
yeah.
Because he comes from money.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, you know what I told him? It's always good to have 2 hotels or whatever the fuck he says. Like,
You know what he has that I don't have, or
Yeah.
you know what I
yeah,
have.
super, yeah.
Fucking
2
punk
hotels.
ass little kid.
No man, punch that guy in the face.
Anyways, one thing left to do in this episode, and that's pick
Pick.
another couple of movies. You want to go first, or should I?
I'll go first.
All right.
It's a movie I've never seen before.
Ooh, I like that. I like
Yeah.
to do that sometimes. Pick one you haven't
It's been
seen
recommended,
by me.
not by you.
Oh,
It's been recommended to me. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
okay. We're sticking with the Lees.
and it said that the best way to watch this movie is in the native language with subtitles.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I'm gonna watch it in.
Okay. But you don't have to.
But no, you don't have to watch
It's
it.
not a
in that.
requirement.
It's not a requirement.
I know they say that about Squid Game too. Was
Yeah, I didn't mind Squid Games. Like I watched the shit out of
right. Is that streaming?
that. I don't know.
Who knows?
I borrowed a DVD, but
Oh yeah.
and like, well, anytime they do like dubs, like it's really not as good sometimes. Whoever they get in to like do the voices is usually crap. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Crouching
It
Tiger,
does sound weird sometimes.
Hidden Dragon's got the chick from Everything Everywhere All at Once in it.
The main lady.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Interesting. Fun. All right. We'll watch some kung fu movies.
Are you gonna pick what you were gonna pick 2 weeks ago?
Yes, I am.
What is that?
And it's called This is Spinal Tap.
Sweet.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Be quoting the fuck out of this movie the whole time.
Yeah, our amps go to 11.
I thought about this after the last show. Rob Reiner directed Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
That dude in Midsummer, the piece of shit boyfriend who gets lit on fire, his last name was Reiner.
Is that right?
I wonder if that's his son.
Any relation?
How many Reiners can there be in Hollywood? I'm just
know.
saying. I don't know. I didn't do any further digging. But I thought that
Yeah.
was like a weird. I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I
But
can't
yeah.
wait, dude. It's been a minute since I've seen
Also-
this movie, and I know it's super fucking funny, and I
Yeah.
know it'll probably hold up for sure.
Yeah, there's no way it can't hold
You
up.
got Harry Shearer.
I got
there.
that at home.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I don't think it's streaming.
Yep,
I haven't
got
seen either of those movies.
it. Nice.
I don't know if I'll be on the next one. It depends.
If you watch them.
Right. If I watch them.
Well,
Surprise.
Good times. Yeah. You got Fran Drescher in there, too.
we got Michael McKean.
yeah,
who's
so-
also in Short Circuit 2. Ty's throwing it back to that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He
It's
was
got
in,
the...
he was in Little Nicky, too.
It's got some, like the guy who did some voices on The Simpsons.
He's in Better Call Saul. Yeah, Harry Shearer. He's like the voice of Reverend Lovejoy
Yeah.
and Principal Skinner, I think, and, a bunch of them. Anyways,
Good times.
hell yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. Watching and listening here. Or give us a like, if you're so inclined.
See you next time.
Bye.
Yeah, peace.
Patrick Swayze's got a great ass for a man. He's been in a lot, and I'm just like,
He's got a great body.
Yeah, he does.